Hello, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is your reading for June 12th to the 18th, 2023. First, you have Independence. Miss Independent. Do you guys remember that song? The more you learn to feed yourself on the inside and care for the inner child, the more freestanding you become. Help me feed and love this inner child, dear Lord. Yes. Yes, queen. We are becoming more independent. Okay, Scorpio, I'm seeing like either financial independence or just taking better care of your emotions. To me, it just feels like an increased degree of I can take care of myself and everything else is just a plus. And I feel like that's a state where everyone should strive to be. Like, I can take care of myself mentally, physically, financially, spiritually, and then every person in my life, everything else in my life just feels so good because it's just an additional blessing. I think that's such a wonderful place to strive for if you can, and we are seeing this week an increased degree of independence, so I do wonder if there is any changes going on that kind of add to your sense of independence this week, okay? We have the pack coming through, and it's literally like a wolf pack. Beautiful. 38 may be a significant number. Inner work, community, deep connection, celebration, soul tribe. Okay, so this is an interesting week. I feel like you are somehow getting closer to the right people for you, the right community for you. And this is a community that helps you kind of be your best version here. So I do wonder if some of you have made a move, some type of job change, some type of, or just even if you're just reflecting on this, it seems to me that you're kind of leveling up your tribe, your community, or having some type of special get together to celebrate with your soul tribe. And when we use the word soul tribe, it's like the people who are like family to you, even if they're not blood related to you. I just have this feeling of like, I think I found my pack. I think I found my people. The environment here is so much better. So for some of you, you might have moved environments in some way, shape, or form, and you're like, this feels so much better than what I was working with before. Or maybe you've been in your little soul community and you're just feeling extra grateful this week. You may be having some type of celebration with them. So it's just really good. There's an increased degree of independence. I'm getting like a fresh new start for a lot of Scorpio. Like, I'm feeling just this excitement of like you have more, it feels freer in a sense. It's interesting. We also have the Temple Path, which is a beautiful card. The number 12 might be significant. I feel like how you ended up getting here is just a weird turn of events. Some weird happenstances, like one thing happened, then another happened, and now you're suddenly here and you're really appreciating life. So I do see success. Also, I'm getting the vision here. Some Scorpios maybe getting a new job this week or promotion of some sort. Just like I'm seeing a new environment, maybe even a move, or there's something here where it just feels like you're in a slightly different environment and it just feels better than the one you were in before. So I don't know how else to put that. Or maybe you're starting like a club, you joined a club, a group, something, and the people within that like immediately feel like friends to you, immediately feel like family. So that's really interesting. It's and how you ended up here seems to be very easy, very like, you know, maybe someone referred you to this thing and like it didn't really take you too far out of your comfort zone to get here in this circumstance, but you're just really happy. It feels like a big blessing that you're just really grateful for this week. So that's really beautiful. Yeah. Some of you guys might also be having an increased degree of independence. Say you're going from like having no car to a car, or some of you I'm seeing here getting like a public transportation pass. I know, so random, but I don't know. Or maybe even going to a foreign country for the first time. I'm seeing something here that makes you feel more independent, makes you feel more like free in life. I don't know how to put it. Very Gemini energy. We're in Gemini season, so, or yeah, the tail end of Gemini season. And of course, we start the week off with the Three of Swords. Weird energy to start with everything we were just picking up on. So I do wonder if in the recent past, because I tend to read the first card as like the past couple of months and what you've been dealing with as a heartbreak and ending, you know, leaving something behind. So I do wonder if that is related to this kind of new start we were picking up on. Like, for example, if you're getting a new job, like it may be really sad to leave your old your old company, your old coworkers behind. So, I mean, you know, that could be sad, but it's like you're still going to end up in a better environment anyways. Some of you guys, this could even be talking about like a breakup of some sort where it's like you're leaving this person behind, you're mourning the loss of it. However, like, there's bigger, better things out there for you, you know what I'm saying? So there could also be a sense of homesickness here, you know. It's like a bittersweet type of energy. Some of you might be moving, traveling to a different country for a long time, and it's like, oh my gosh, I have to leave my family and friends behind. But at the same time, this new place feels so much more you, so much more aligned with your values, and you meet people almost immediately who are great. So it's an interesting bittersweet energy. Second card out for you is the Knight of Cups in reverse. Okay, maybe this is talking about romance for some people, because the Knight of Cups in reverse to me, I mean, first off, let's just look at this picture. Look at this dude, you know, he's showing up, he has a little picnic, a little love letter, flowers, he's dressed real nice, he's hot. It's kind of like the romantic ideal, but he's a knight, you know, he's not a king, he's a knight. He's still getting himself established in life, he still has a lot of lessons to learn. But when this card turns out in reversed, it's almost like this is someone who wants to be this Knight of Cups, who's very sweet, very romantic, has a lot of potential. But they're kind of like, I don't know, they haven't learned enough. You know, whenever we see these knights in reverse, they just remind me of, and I've been using this word so much in so many readings, so I apologize, it's like douchers, you know? So if this is a romantic reading, this is kind of showing someone who kind of like, maybe they love bombed you, or, you know, wanted to project themselves to be this great person, led you on, ghosted, something like that, because it's right next to that Three of Swords. You know, I can't help but notice the romantic stuff going on here. I can't help but notice the connection here with, you know, love stuff. And some of you guys, this might have even been a betrayal of some sort, stabbing of the heart that you would have already went through, because this is coming out as the first card even in your reading. So I always take what's going on in my physical environment as like signs of what is going on in your energy. And like, I just got so frustrated because it's like, why do you keep playing loud music outside? I live in like a very condensed community, like all of our houses are attached, and it's just like people work from home. It's a Monday. You know this, like, why are you blaring music outside on a Monday at this time? Like, it just frustrates me. Like, what is the point of that? I turn my radio off when I get in the back alley. Okay, I don't want all of my neighbors to sit here and be annoyed. So I don't know, I just got really frustrated here. So I do wonder if there's someone in your life or something in your life that's just like, they promised you something and then they didn't deliver and you're just frustrated. And this doesn't have to be romantic. It could be a job. It's just like, you told me this was going to be a good career. You told me that you were gonna, you know, figure out this underemployment situation, like say that there's no one that you're working with and you're very understaffed and your boss is promising you like, oh yeah, we're gonna get all these employees, and it's been a long time. It's like, you promised me this and you're not even looking, you're not even trying. So to me, the Knight of Cups in reverse is showing a situation where it's like someone promised you something and they're not even doing anything about it. It's like you promised and you did not uphold your end of that agreement. So it's a deep frustration, a deep betrayal type of situation, which is why I feel like you're putting yourself in a new environment. Third card out is the Four of Pentacles, and you know what? This kind of continues that story for me. It's like, I'm saving up my moolah, my energies, and I'm gonna redirect it somewhere else. And to me, this kind of feels like, if we look at the whole picture here, this whole card, to me it looks like there's a town back here that really isn't that great, you know, and I don't know why I'm viewing this as like someone who's maybe in an abusive relationship or just has a really toxic family, and they're like secretly saving up all their money, keeping it very close to their chest, you know, saving every dime they make because they have bigger dreams one day to get out of here. And this is like the perfect depiction of what the Four of Pentacles represents. So I'm kind of seeing that as your energy right now, where it's like, I'm saving up every dime and I'm getting the heck out of here. Or like, I am leaving with what I got. You know, I'm cutting my losses here. I'm not sitting around hoping on your false promises. Second row out for you, fourth card, is Judgment. You have extremely good judgment at this time. First off, I do want to say, if you're making a decision like this and you're hesitating even a little bit, there's no need for you to hesitate. Okay, Judgment card saying, no, you're absolutely right. Scorpio, you know, don't wait around in the situation where false promises were delivered. You know, you keep waiting. Well, I've been here so long, I invested so much energy, you know, I kind of want it to pay off. But it's like, I think you're making a really good judgment call with this, because it's like, I'm cutting my losses here, I'm ending it here. And this judgment came out right beneath this Three of Swords. So it's like you're making a decision to walk away, to end something that you really were holding out a lot of hope for. You've already invested some time into this, some energy into this. You know, this person, place, or thing promised you a lot, you know, promised you a future, but they haven't delivered. And it's just like, you could either wait here and hope that they deliver on that and suffer, or you can kind of focus your energy onto redirecting your life path away from this person, place, or thing. And you're making an incredibly good judgment call with that. You will see a lot of success with that. Your decision-making skills are on a point this week. And, you know, we have to acknowledge this, and Independence card came out. So to me, it's like saving up, redirecting your energy to be more independent, not reliant off of this person, place, or thing that offers false promises. Center of your spread this week is the Queen of Swords in reversed. Yeah. So one challenge you're going to face this week is, how do I put this? I feel like there is a increased chance of you like almost lashing out at this person, place, or thing. Queen of Swords is someone who just holds their boundaries so strong. And I'm getting like two different problems for two different groups of people here. One group of Scorpios, your problem is like you're being too nice to this person. You're being too nice to this Knight of Cups in reversed. Whoever this is, your job, your ex, your partner, whatever, whoever this is that is sitting here saying they're going to do this and that for you and they're just not doing it. It could even be a family member, keep promising you that they're going to do you a favor or do something for you and then they don't show up. It could even be like a contractor that you hired and they're just like delaying. It's like, I already gave you the money. Your problem may be that you're not being mean enough, okay? Like you need to lash out on this person, all right? Like that is the problem for one group of you. Now for the other group of Scorpios, it's the exact opposite problem where you lash out too much. But you know what? Here's the thing. I'm not seeing this as a problem because I feel like this anger is justified, and so I'm not really seeing it's a problem. Honestly, Queen of Swords reverse, it's like you're holding your boundaries quite strongly this week and you are taking no more crap. And you're letting them know, whoever this is that is trying to crap on you, you're letting them know. You're letting it all out. I love it. I honestly love it for you. And you know what? I feel like you have more leverage now because you're already kind of moving into this new environment away from this person. It's like you have enough money saved to leave, you're leaving, or like you have this new job, you're leaving, you have this new environment, you're leaving, and it's just like, okay, well, it's my last day here. Here's everything that I hate about you. That's the energy I'm seeing, straight up. Sixth card out is the Ten of Cups in reversed. Yeah, there is Knight of Cups reversed, Ten of Cups reversed, Three of Swords. I'm not going to sugarcoat your reading. This seems to me that there's a problem in something that, like, I just keep coming back to this, like, you promised me forever. You promised me something long-term, something very romantic for some of you. Like, this was supposed to work out, and there's a problem here, and it's just not... I do wonder for some of you, if you're like becoming more cold, more distant to some of the folks in your family life or your relationship life who keep, you know, delivering these false promises, if you're distancing yourself and kind of coming off as a little bit, how do I put this kindly, coming off just a cold, distant, like short, no longer taking crap. And I don't blame you for it. I really don't. To me, it feels justified. It feels like it's been a long time coming. But yeah, I mean, that's just how it's going right now. I see you really, really standing up for yourself finally. Third row out for you is the Hierophant in reversed. Yeah, this is a beautiful card of following your own intuition, following your own advice. And this is so important right now, Scorpio, because if we look at the row of cards here, it goes from the Three of Swords, which is an ending, to Judgment, which is you having really good judgment, really good intuition, to the Hierophant in reversed, which is a message that the people who are giving you advice right now, that advice might not be the best for you. So this message is the most important one to take away from this reading. follow your own intuition this week. Even your best, closest confidant, friend, they might not have the best advice for you at this time. And I'm thinking of this example in my head of my own life, which ironically, this example involves a Scorpio who kept telling me, like trying to get me to give someone in my life the benefit of the doubt. And this person in my life was kind of like this Knight of Cups reversed, you know, someone who delivered a lot of false promises, and then I ended up working way harder than they did. They kept asking, this Scorpio friend of mine who's not involved in this situation, they tried to tell me like that this person who's not, you know, giving enough, you know, give them the benefit of the doubt, like just communicate, you know, they kept giving me this advice to like make it work, you know, don't just give up on it. And I followed that advice for like 2 years. I followed the Scorpio's advice, and, you know, my own inner intuition and judgment, you know, I kept getting angry, and like I had this Queen of Swords in reverse, like coming out through me, you know, and finally I'm like, you know what, maybe the Scorpio is not giving me the best advice. So a lot has changed after I decided that, and I'm seeing the same exact scenario for you this week, where it's like someone really close to you whose opinion you normally quite respect, you know, you might have been listening to it for a long time. It's not to say that they're trying to lead you astray or in the wrong direction, but the thing is, you're the only person who has walked in your shoes all the time. The person giving you advice, they haven't seen the fullness of the story here. They haven't seen everything here. So when they give you advice, they're only giving it from their perspective, which is quite limited. And this week, the cards are really strongly coming out here to say, follow your own advice, your own inner intuition, what you feel guided to do. And for many of you, this intuition is guiding you away from someone or something. An ending here, because it just seems like you're frustrated, you want to distance yourself from these people, this thing that keeps saying it'll get better, things will get better, we're gonna grow, you know, you're gonna grow in this company. And it's like, where's the proof? Where's the action? Okay, where's it at? I feel like you have this strong judgment, this strong intuition to go your own way. And the Hierophant reverse is also a card of literally taking your own path in life, going your own way, following your own intuition, and not letting anyone judge you for that. Okay, so 8th card out is the Hermit reverse. Yeah, straight up. This is like, oh, Queen of Swords, this is another powerful row here. Knight of Cups reversed, douchebag energy, followed by Queen of Swords reversed. This is the card of being single, followed by the Hermit in reversed, single, against your will. You know, some of you guys, you don't want to be single. You don't want to leave this thing behind. You're bitter, you're angry, but it's just like, what else is there to do? You know, this is gotten to the point where it's too much. These are all strong cards of leaving behind a situation that just was not serving what they said they would serve. What happens if you go to a store and you talk to a salesperson who describes this beautiful, amazing necklace? Okay, it has all these beautiful glowing diamonds, it'll do this and that for you, whatever, and you spend a lot of money on it. You spend like $20,000 on this necklace, and then they give you a ring pop, like one of those candy ring pops. You have every right to be angry, you have every right to lash out, and you have every right to sue them and get the most from it, okay? Like, straight up, you have every right. So, I don't know, some of you guys might be getting divorced. Honestly, this sounds like divorce. Like, you promised me, you know, you would be committed. You promised me you would, you know, be there through sickness and in health, and you really just wanted to stick around for the honeymoon phase and then, you know, get lost. So, I mean, I'm gonna sue you for everything you got. I don't know. Like, Scorpios are savages, okay? It's not me, it's you. This is your energy, not mine, okay? Yeah, I'm seeing something like that. And Queen of Swords reversed, Hermit reversed, is like, I would have stayed here my whole life if you let me, but you didn't deliver. This doesn't have to be love, guys. Some of you, this could be like a job, like we said. It just, to me, it feels like you were really committed to something. You would have, you know, let it be in your life forever if you wanted. You would have made this your whole career. You would have been with this person forever. You would have, you know, committed wholeheartedly, which is a very Scorpio quality. But Queen of Swords reversed, the Hermit reversed, you don't want to let it go, but it's like, that's what you're doing now, because you're not going to sit around and wait. So final card out for you, oh my gosh, yes, for this reading is the Six of Swords in reversed, moving to calmer shores. In reversed, right now you might be in these rocky shores. You might, and especially underneath the Ten of Cups reversed, it's like there might be chaos in your connections right now. There might be chaos, disagreements, something like that. You might still be in like the deep end with this situation, like still in the drama of it, like you haven't fully made this transition yet, it feels like. And we're finishing off this reading, finishing off this week, like trying to head to calmer shores, trying to save enough up, trying to make this transition to calmer shores. And this row is right underneath the Four of Pentacles, saving everything, doing everything you can to get to a better place. Because I mean, honestly, I'm so many different scenarios are flashing into my mind. Spirit uses my own memories as a form of mediumship, so it's like I've had a lot of life experiences, and whenever an energy in a reading lines up with a memory in my mind, that memory will come to the surface. And this is reminding me of like one of my friends who, I won't name them, but they were in a situation where they had a kid with someone and they were going to get married. You know, they had this whole plan, this whole Ten of Cups plan out in front of them. And this person that they were going to marry, and the other parent of said child, just ended up being really abusive and just did weird stuff that we don't have to get into details with. So it's like, you promised me this whole future, we had this whole plan, it was going to be great. You ended up being a giant weirdo, starting all of these problems for no reason. And you know, this friend was extremely committed to them. Like, they did everything for them to make this succeed. And to be honest, like, they were doing almost all of the work to keep the relationship afloat in the first place. And the other person, not only were they not pulling their weight, but they were actively causing chaos for this other person to heal, trauma for this other person to heal, essentially. And then they got into a state in their relationship where they were so enmeshed financially and familially that they had actually broken up, but they still were like in this living situation, in this family dynamic together, and it was extremely toxic. And this reading reminds me of that, because it's like that friend of mine was saving all of their money, doing everything they could to get themselves and their child out of that situation, like literally everything. And they didn't have anyone to turn to, honestly. To live with, I mean. Like, they didn't have anyone they had to do it on their own. Independence. They had to build their independence rapidly on their own. And they worked tooth and nail to get that. And, you know, eventually they made it to calmer shores and were able to have that independence. And how nice does it feel to go from, you know, arguments all the time, not being treated like a human. And again, this doesn't have to be familial, it doesn't have to be romantic, it could be your job, it could be another circumstance, whatever. How does it feel to go from that toxic situation where you just constantly had these false ideals, false promises in your head, to just being alone? The peace alone, just from being alone, is just wonderful. And so some of you, I feel like you might not necessarily want to be alone. Maybe you've had a little bit of codependence. You know, maybe you've and you know, honestly, all situations in life are neutral. You know, you did your part in toxic relationships as well, and that part might have been just simply being a little bit too codependent, you know, being a little bit too lenient with that person and ignoring red flags, for example. And in fact, I'm looking at this card and I'm looking at the red flowers. It's like red flags almost. You viewed the red flags as red flowers, you know, a little bit blind there, but you know, maybe you did stay in the situation a bit too long. Maybe you did ignore those red flags, and, you know, you don't necessarily want to be alone, but, you know, at this point, being alone or going out of your comfort zone to do something like on your own for you is so much more peaceful than staying and try to make this work. And you know, the people in your life, there's someone in your life who may be giving you bad advice because they're like, no, think of how hard it'll be if you did this on your own, you know, if you just stay and make it work, like it'll work out. And it's like, that's not good advice. Follow your intuition, Scorpio, okay? Because you're heading to calmer shores here and you will recover. So thank you guys for joining me. What an intense reading. I'm sending you so much love, so much love. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, subscribe to the channel if you've not already, and I will see you for the next one. Bye bye.